guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make, I don't know if you can see it, green velvet soup. It was my first time making it and I'm trying to follow my New Year's resolution of eating a more PCOS friendly diet, which means less carbs, less dairy, and less soy. So obviously I did put a dollop of sour cream on here, which is hardly any dairy, and there are 2 potatoes in this recipe, but they're not very big, so a little bit of carbs. But anyway, so yeah, I never tried this before, first time making it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Say bye. Okay, so for this recipe you will need 2 potatoes. We grew these potatoes so they're not all the same sizes, so I'm gonna use that many. 1 onion, 2 zucchinis. I just have 1, so I'm gonna use 1. It calls for 1/4 teaspoon of dried basil. I have some fresh basil I'm gonna throw in. 3/4 cup of green split peas, 2 stalks of celery, 1 head of broccoli, 6 cups of vegetable broth, 4 cups of spinach. You'll also need salt and pepper to taste, and 2 bay leaves. We have a bay tree, so I'm gonna go grab a couple of leaves there, and that is what you need to get started. Okay, so in a large pot over, I guess I put it on medium heat right now, you wanna add all of your broth, your onions, your split peas, bay leaves, the celery, and the potatoes, and we're gonna bring it to a boil, and then once it's boiling, we're gonna let it simmer for 1 hour and cover it. Okay, so it's boiling now, and I'm gonna go ahead and cover it, and then reduce. We'll see how that does. We'll reduce it, and we're gonna want it to simmer now for 1 hour. Okay, so once the soup has simmered for 1 hour, we're gonna take out the bay leaves, and then you wanna add the zucchini, broccoli, and basil, and then also some black pepper to taste. It doesn't really matter how you chop up the broccoli, because we're gonna end up blending this anyway. So zucchini, broccoli, basil, black pepper, and then let this simmer for 20 minutes until basically until the broccoli is tender. Okay, so it just finished simmering for 20 minutes, and now I'm going to stir in the spinach and remove it from the heat. Okay, so I just added all the spinach in here. I probably did a lot more spinach than the recipe called for, but I put all that in there. I forgot to mention before you remove it from the heat, what you were looking for is just making sure that the broccoli is done. So you go ahead and poke it with a knife just to make sure that's done. The next step is, if you have an immersion blender, go ahead and use that now. If you don't have an immersion blender, that's okay. Just go ahead and throw this in the blender, and we're gonna blend it until it's creamy, and then you salt it to taste. Okay, so I've blended everything together, and then what you want to do now is you add the salt and just keep stirring it, and add as much salt as you like. And I've just been tasting it, and I pretty much followed the recipe for the most part. I didn't add anything different, but yeah, no, it's pretty good. It tastes a lot like, I mean, I guess I taste the split pea and the spinach, but it's this beautiful green color. So yeah, just stir it up and add salt, and I'm going to dish it up and show you how I'm serving it. Okay, so I have a little bowl here because I just ate a sandwich, so I didn't really want too much. I put some sour cream on top because I didn't really want it to be, I'm putting green onions on it, and I didn't want it to be so monochromatic, so I put just a dollop of sour cream, and I don't know, it looked nice if there was something red in there too, I think. So it's a very beautiful green color, and this is a healthy soup, so if you're wanting something that's a healthy option, you don't have to add the sour cream. That I think it was vegan up until I added the sour cream on top. And this does follow the guidelines I have for my PCOS friendly diet. You know, it would be better if I didn't put the sour cream on there, but I'm just trying to eat less dairy, but I don't want to completely cut it out of my diet. So that is what it looks like, green velvet soup, and I'm going to do a taste test in just a second.